Hello everybody, it's Zach from Interstate Auto Reviews, and welcome to the new review of the 2015 Lexus RCF. And I'd like to give a big thanks to Jim Hudson Lexus, located in Augusta, Georgia, for allowing us to come do this review. Their website will be linked in the description below. As a kid, you may have been told it's not nice to stare. But that's exactly what you'll find yourself doing when you see the 2015 RCF coming down the road. They did a very nice job on the front. It looks striking, very sporty, and it is truly an eye catcher. You just take a look at that front grille. It's very cool looking. You do have tri-beam automatic LED headlights with LED daytime running lights and LED turn signals. You see the cool L shape of the LED daytime running lights. And as we zoom out, let's talk a little more about these front intakes and the front grille. They're not just there for show, they are actually functional. They do actually help cool the engine down. Actually, this part right here cools the transmission. Part on the other side, that's the engine oil cooler, this part right here. And of course the middle part, the big middle part, it cools the brakes and most of the engine. Just take a last look at that before we bring you around to the back. Here we are at the back. It looks very cool, very sporty. You'll first notice those stacked quad exhaust pipes. Of course you do have LED back lights and brake lights. There's a camera right there. Take a closer look at those exhausts, which do sound incredible. We'll have a clip of that later on in the video. You do have a deployable rear spoiler. We'll show that off. There you go. You can control that from one of the buttons inside the car, which you'll see later on. Let's wait for that to go down. There that is. As we come back around to the front of the car, there is a hood vent which does help cool the engine. Take a close look at that. It's got a nice shape to it, a sort of honeycombish shape. We'll be back out of that. And I should say before I forget that this awesome exterior color is known as infrared. Looks very cool, very nice. Here are your side mirrors, which do have integrated LED turn signals. The driver's side is auto dimming. That way you won't be blinded by someone with very bright lights right on your back end. Those side fenders right there, they are functional. They do help cool down the engine as well. Here's a close look at your rims. They're 19-inch split 5-spoke forged alloy wheels. They look pretty cool. They go well with this infrared exterior color. Here we're just kind of showing off the sides. You can see how it slopes down in the back. You can see your door handles. You do have keyless entry and keyless go. This car does come with massive 6-piston aluminum monoblock Brembo caliper brakes. You do have 14.9-inch front brake rotors. Pretty good. Delivers very nice stopping power for this powerful car. Now we'll just bring you back around to the back. Once again, you get to see those awesome stacked quad exhausts. Got your RCF badge and your Lexus badge. You should take a closer look at the rear view camera. There it is right there. Backup camera. Plus on each side of it you have two small white lights that shine down on your license plate to illuminate it. You can see how everything's kind of flared out in the back. You do have a wider car from the regular RC350F Sport. There are some different aerodynamic changes, which we can actually show you. The most drastic changes would be in the back of the car. Take a look at the back of the RC350F Sport. You can see you only have dual exhaust. Your back end isn't as flared out as the RCF. And there's the RCF's back. You can see the quad stacked exhaust. Looks more aggressive. Now we come around to the trunk. This car does have a pretty good sized trunk. You have 10.1 cubic feet of trunk space. You can see you have your floor mats. That part right there, you pull that down, you can access the rear seats, fold them down. Close look at the floor mats. RCF badging on them. You have a cargo mat and a first aid kit. Take a look at the outline of the trunk. Looks pretty cool, pretty nice. Now we get to the engine. Just take you around the engine real quick. We do have a naturally aspirated 5-liter V8 engine, which produces 467 brake horsepower and 389 pound-feet of torque. This sets 0 to 60 times at 4.4 seconds at a top speed of 167. Keep in mind that this car is a rear-wheel drive. And I like the way they put the blue design and the F badge on the engine. Looks nice. It's not something you usually see on many engines in these different types of cars. Now we take a look at the interior. The interior color is called Stratus Gray. It is leather, and you do have black carbon fiber trim to go with that. And of course you can see the high back bolstered front seats. You do have 3-way driver memory seating. Both the passenger and driver seat are powered. It's just one of the speakers right there. You see the sort of trim. See the carbon fiber on the controls. You have one-touch up and down windows. Controls for your side view mirrors and your door locks. There's the Lexus door sill. The controls for the power seats. You do have lumbar support as well. Get a close look at the sport pedals. Now we come around to the passenger side of the car. We'll also show off the back seats so you can see how they look. As I said earlier, the passenger does have a power seat. You do not have memory for this seat though. Of course, you get your window and your door lock controls over here as well. We take a look at the back. There's not much room back there if you're a tall person or even an average sized person. A kid should fit back here perfectly. Of course, that's the button that you press to get the seat up so you can get in the back. Have a little pouch on the back of the seat to put stuff in, as well as some air vents. You also have cup holders in the back, right on the center part, plus clips for a child seat. Here we have the interior of the Lexus RCF. So you have your leather-wrapped sport steering wheel. On this side you got the volume for your radio, your telephone, your voice commands, your different modes for your gauges. Over here you have your back button, some of your other buttons for your modes, different screens. Right there's your cruise control. Have your windshield wipers. Your light controls. Have your up and your down paddle shifters. A nice Lexus emblem on the steering wheel. Of course, your horn and your airbag. This car is a automatic start and stop. Have your awesome gauge cluster, which does change when you change the different driving modes in the car. I'll show that in a few minutes. You have your spoiler, your deployable spoiler. Here are your buttons for your lane watch, parking assistance, your hood and your trunk, buttons for your odometer, come to the center. Here's your center console. You do have dual zone automatic climate control, buttons for your radio, of course your hazard lights, all your different air conditioning buttons. That is touchscreen. Pretty cool. And a nice looking clock. Of course right here you have your color display, your navigation. Come further down, see your gear lever. Of course you have drive, neutral, reverse, park, as always. You can't put it into manual mode. That means you can shift by the gear lever or the paddle shifters. You have heated and cooled seats for both the driver and the passenger. You have the buttons to control your screen, the menu and the home button. Press those, and there's your menu. Use a little touchpad to control that. You have your 2 cup holders. Of course you have your different driving modes. Traction control, snow mode. There's your eco, your normal, and your sport. As you change those, the gauge cluster changes. There's your eco mode. That's the normal mode. There's the Sport S mode. And there's the Sport S Plus. You have an automatic tilt and telescopic steering wheel. Hit this button right here. Goes.
Good, how you doing? Nice little car, huh?
Yeah, it would definitely make the ride to work a little nicer.
Very nice.
Little puppy over here. Yep. He's doing the video review right now.
That's when you grab the lock in there.
Yeah, well, I don't work here. I guess.
There's your key.
Oh.
Of course you have a glove box.
He's doing a video review on something.
Nice carbon fiber trim.
That's the souped up version.
Yeah, I'm gonna need that.
About 65. Set like 72. So good gosh. That's for a Dodge Viper. That's awesome.
You do have storage compartments on each side. A little light. You have your automatic rear dimming mirror. Garage door openers.
Really interesting. He'll tell you all the little details.
You have your lights,
So, this is what we do. So,
your SOS.
I'll take a look at what it's talking about.
The button for when your door opens. If you don't want the lights to come on, you can press that and they won't come on.
You got normal, you got eco, you got sport, you got sport.
Have your
Plus.
sunroof.
Sports plus, you're kicking in.
Buttons for that.
Plus the 500 horse. Yeah, that sucker flies.
Of course, that's up here. Open that up.
I don't know what gym is that one more?
That, no, that's just what they call an F. RCF. It's the F. But it's
You can get a closer look at the seats. Nice looking F badging on the seats. Pretty nice design here. Of course, you do have Bluetooth radio, you have navigation, you have Sirius XM, which of course you might have to pay for. You have your setup, you have your climate. You can control it from on here instead of having to use these buttons right here.
Well, I drive a great motor car because I've got enough.
Of course, when you want to get out of that, you just go back.
They're nice cars.
Now we'll have a quick clip of the exhaust and start up. Just thank everybody for watching this review of the 2015 Lexus RCF.